Hey guys, so I just finished a reading. I actually pulled some cards from Rebecca Campbell's deck, Work Your Light, her Oracle card deck. Absolutely beautiful. Her cards, this particular deck is aligned with being in touch with your heart space, finding different ways back to that space if you find yourself out of it, really moving forward and being in alignment. So I really resonate with this deck and love her work. I did not plan on posting or recording this reading today, but when I saw the cards that jumped out at me, I knew that I needed to share. I'll just preface by saying that, of course, it was a reading that was done for me, but before I drew any cards, I always like to set an intention and focus on a question. And the question that I asked today was, what do we need to know in these times? What would serve as a good point of focus for moving forward in alignment? And even though I was doing the reading for myself, I wasn't really focused on myself. And that's why I know that I was picking up on collective energies and where a lot of you might be in your personal lives right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if this resonates with a lot of you, especially right now with these energies. We've gone through quite a few eclipses, new moons, etc., because there's a new moon and a full moon every month. But we just passed a big eclipse, a solar eclipse that I spoke to, and now Mercury along with 5 other planets are in retrograde. So we are experiencing some heavy energies, very emotional time, changes. So I thought that this would be really fitting for, I guess, this time that we're in. And when I saw the cards, like I said, I really just knew that I needed to share. So the first card that I'll preface by saying that when I drew the cards, I did 3 cards, and I focused on one being representative of the mind and the head space, the second card being about the body, and the third card being about the heart. So each thing, keeping in mind, each card drawn was focusing on my intention of how to move forward in alignment and for your highest good. So the first card that I drew is Dance with Life. Do something to change your energy. And I thought right away, I laughed because if you're on my subscriber list, you know that the email that I sent out yesterday was all about raising your vibration through movement and getting stagnant energy flowing, really elevating your spirit through movement. And I mentioned and I said especially dancing. When we dance, we move our body, I'm doing it now, in unique ways so that we can actually get that energy flowing. Because when you find yourself in your mind, particularly if you're overanalyzing or you're in a space of negativity, you're letting a belief run that you know doesn't serve you or doesn't feel good, and similarly you're bogged down by negative emotions, you've got a lot of stagnant, stuck energy that needs to be released, but you can't do that through your mind. So dancing is a really, really great way. It may seem counterintuitive, but if you can just get up and get your body moving, you're going to notice such an incredible difference so soon. I thought that this was such a really cool card because like I said, I just spoke to this, but similarly, it's something that is overlooked because it seems so simplistic, but I guarantee if you get up and move, you're going to feel amazing. So that is for the mind, the headspace. And I would really focus on that sort of thing if you were in a space, like I said, of, really needing a change of pace. You've tried many different things to elevate your mood or to raise your vibration that aren't working. Dance, I promise you it will work. The second card that I pulled was Deep Replenishment. So this is about your physical body. It says, retreat, rest, be held. This card is so beautiful. If you notice, this particular character on the card is by herself. And the first thing that came to my mind was the idea of be held, holding yourself, holding space for yourself to be nurtured, to give yourself space to be energetically aligned, to say no if you really don't feel like going out, to give yourself that boundary, to understand that you need to make space for yourself because alone time is critical, not only to recharging, but to replenishing. Oh, sorry, my umbrella is going nuts. But similarly, retreat. So, I mean, you can go on a retreat, that's amazing, but retreat in the sense of get away from all the hustle and bustle and give yourself some time for yourself. A lot of times we forget that our energy is so important, and you are 99.9% energy. So while you do need to care for your physical body and rest that way, you also need to tend to your energy and recognize that you're picking up a lot of things throughout your day, and you're taking on a lot of things throughout your day. So remember that you're needing that space to release, to recharge, and to rest. Listen to your body. It does speak to you. And whether it's a gentle nudge or if it starts screaming because you've ignored it for too long, just know that it is speaking to you at all times. So really, really let your intuition guide you, that gut feeling. And the last card that I have, which I thought was absolutely incredible, because again, I spoke to this and I have been speaking to this a lot in the last couple weeks, is the ever unfolding rose. It says cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. So if you've been keeping up with my Instagram stories and my emails, again, you know that one of my favorite sayings is that life is not happening to you, it's happening for you and from you. So literally letting life crack you open is the key. Being comfortable within your discomfort, finding comfort in your discomfort. And that's a lot of, I tell a lot of people that in my coaching calls, or even just friends of mine, reminding them that we really need to be okay with where we are, because it's in that allowing state that we settle. When we're fighting where we're at, that's a lot of resistance, and you're treading water, but picture release and acceptance like floating. So it really is the need to let life crack you open. If you're going through a really difficult time right now, oh, a little butterfly. If you know me, you know that I used to be petrified of butterflies, so that's really funny. But I'm not so bad anymore. I'm not very scared at all now. But so yes, if you're going through a difficult time right now, just know that by finding a reason to look at the blessing in that, look for the gratitude around what is this teaching you, where is this leading you, what is this showing you, or even where is this guiding you. Of course, life is filled with both triumphs and difficulties, and the difficult times are difficult. But if we continue to focus on how difficult they are, or get really bogged down in the emotions, we get back in our mind, because we start analyzing again and really focused on where we are and where we want to be instead, which is a lack mentality, because then we're perpetuating the fact that we're not there. So I really, really invite you, if you are going through a tough time right now, you're going through a time of transition, to focus on the blessing, whether it's on the surface or it's hiding in that lesson, because it's there. And by focusing on what it's teaching you or where it is guiding you, what you're getting out of it, you're going to invite more growth and recognize that you are a master creator. So just know that whatever you're going through right now, you are exactly where you're meant to be, because your soul knows the way, and you are dealing with this because you are strong and magnificent, and you knew that you could. So if you remember that, I guarantee that it will be a little bit lighter for you, regardless of what you're carrying or going through. So I'm sending you all of my love. I hope that you guys like this share. I really did not intend on filming this, which is why my hair is going nuts and my wind chime is going nuts. But you know what? I'm just embracing. When I saw these cards, I knew that they were not just going to be a great reminder for you, but a great reminder for myself that the messages that I am sharing right now are so synchronized with the messages that I know I need to be sharing, and the messages and the love that I'm feeling called to promote is clear, as there's a bunch of different cards in here, and the three that I picked are the three that I've been speaking to lately. So it's just showing me that everything is in flow, divine timing, and I'm doing what I need to be doing. And I'm really hoping that you guys are resonating with this. If you want to chat, send me a message and we can chat about the reading some more. But I just felt called to share. So remember, dance with life. Don't get caught up in your mind. Release the ego, release the need to be right. If you're having a difficult time in terms of your thought patterns or your belief systems, let it go. Don't try and fix it through thought. Just dance. Do something to move your energy in a different way. If you don't like dancing, go to the gym, go for a walk, just something to get the energy flowing. Deep replenishment. Make time for yourself, make space for yourself, give yourself the rest that you need, and listen to your body. And let life crack you open, because it's beautiful and there is great growth to be had in times that seem tough and are tough, because on the other side is love, light, and so much happiness.